Good evening folks, and welcome to the latest edition of the Gavin Coyne Fitness Video Blog. Today we're going to cover two different topics in the one video. Alright, so the first thing is I got a question from a member on the Inner Circle section of the website the other day, and the question they had was they want to achieve their goal really badly. They're very passionate about achieving their goal and as well, but they feel they don't know where to start because there's so much information out there online and in magazines and papers and just from general conversations with people. They don't know where to start, and they kind of have almost gone numb to the whole thing then as well. They've got that deer in the headlights effect, or as we would kind of call it in a study term, it's almost paralysis by analysis. So they get that kind of, as I said, they're frozen in the one spot almost then as well. So a couple of things we would do with clients in particular to help them kind of overcome this issue then as well is address the matter that yes, there is an awful lot of information out there on different topics, and you could spend an entire day just reading through different articles, and one would contradict another and another and another and so on and so forth like that then as well. I did a quick Google search then for just a simple topic of fat loss tips, and I got over 90 million pages came up straight away. So it just, again, in this day and age with Twitter and Instagram and all this technology that's out there, it's so easy for information to be out there, and it's very, very easy to follow the wrong advice and kind of go down not necessarily a dangerous path, but just a non-progressive path, okay? So what we do then as well is a couple of things. Firstly, we want a goal. Okay, what are we doing? If we don't have a goal, we've got that rocking chair effect. So check out the blog, kind of the article we put up there as well, discussing rocking chairs versus wheelie chairs. It's kind of a fun topic, but the message is pretty important. Okay, so no goal, we don't know where we're going to. Okay, we've no direction. All right. So for argument's sake, it's we're going to decrease 14 pounds. We're going to take 14 pounds off our weight, or that's the equivalent of 1 stone. Then we need a timeline. When do you want to achieve it by? And again, just you can pick any random date out there, 4 weeks from today, 4 months from today, a communion, a christening, a birthday, a holiday, just any date. It doesn't have to be anything, but it does help if there's a bit of a meaning behind it, or just a bit of reason. It helps just reinforce our dedication to excellence here. Okay, and then also you can then start breaking down your goals. So the example here we have is June 1st, which is about 4 months away, so it's about 16 weeks. Again, so you break down 14 pounds, it's £1 a week over the 16 weeks, and well, actually it's 12 weeks, so over the 12 weeks then as you go along, and that's a pretty realistic timeline to kind of shift the weight and as you go along. Then you need to kind of put down how am I going to do it then as well. So at the end of the day, if you're in a position where you're looking to lose weight, and you may be currently training already, or you're currently following a nutrition plan, there's a very strong chance they need to change, either a little or a lot, but they do need to change. Because if you're following a certain routine, so if you're following like an A, B, C, D pattern, and you're resulting in a certain lifestyle or body shape you're not happy with, then something needs to change. Maybe go like A, B, D, E, for example. So add in a different element and remove one thing that you're currently doing. So we would generally have clients do resistance training a minimum of 2 times a week. We would have them do some high intensity interval training, so some sprint work, prowlers, tap it work, different things like that as well. Something fun, effective and straight to the point. And then also we would get them on a new nutrition plan. Now a new nutrition plan is something that they're not currently doing. And again, on the previous video we have on the channel here, we discussed 4 different ways: the 80-20 approach, the paleo approach, the 10-day diet planning, and then carb cycling. 4 approaches we've used with our clients with very good, kind of reliable, consistent success as they go along. And lastly, what I would say is you have to do it for a minimum of 28 days. Okay, give it 4 full weeks. All right, if it works, enhance it, repeat it, do it to a kind of a higher intensity. If it doesn't work, try to find out why it didn't work, and then switch it for a different method then as well. Okay, so keep it simple, assess how you're doing as you go along, set simple goals, and at the end of it all, see what worked. Whatever worked, keep it. Whatever didn't work, bin it and bring in something different. So that's the first topic today. Next up then is we got asked how do weight loss groups work so well. So the likes of say Weight Watchers and Slimming World, or kind of anything really where a big change in like a diet early on, Atkins, all those different ones that are out there where kind of people would see very large amount of progress early on, then it peters off as well. The basic one we have is there's 3 different reasons why it will work. The first person here is people that eat too much overall, so there's constant overeating, and it doesn't matter of if it's a protein, carb or fat or what food you're overeating. If you're having too much of something, you're going to start storing body fat, okay? So as soon as there's any drop in the total amount eaten and also an increase in your amount burned, you're going to see a loss of weight. Okay, so as soon as there's any kind of impact, bang, the weight's going to start coming off the body as well. So that's why you went on all these weight loss shows on the TV and on the internet out there, you see dramatic weight losses in kind of the early weeks and as well. That's because they probably have so much to lose. As soon as they get moving, the weight's going to fall off them, as the phrase goes. Next up then is people that eat too much bad food, too much crap food. So all these highly processed foods, convenience foods, ready meals, stuff that's going to cause inflammation in our body. So in any situation where that happens, once we cut back, cut down, or cut out these foods then as well, and the poor quality foods, again, we're going to have less calories in our system, but that's a different story. There's going to be less inflammation, so we're going to shrink in a bit, because inflammation is when we kind of swell out when we react badly to something. So inflammation is going to decrease, and there'll be a loss of weight and a change in our body shape. Okay, so that's the second one. Thirdly, we see, and this is actually quite common, is people that undereat in good foods. So your good proteins, your good fats, your greens, and what kind of ever starches you may need in your diet. Okay. As soon as there's an increase in these foods or in these food sources in your diet then as well, the body becomes more kind of functional and more kind of operating on a kind of a higher level. So imagine like upgrading your engine in your car. It's stronger, it's faster, it's more productive then as well. And again, because of that, then the weight starts to kind of come off gradually, and there's a change in the body shape. So that's the three main reasons kind of why we would see a big progress early on, and then kind of things peter off then as well. So expect a big drop at the start, slows down, and then balances out then as you go along. So folks, sorry the video got up so late, got caught up with a few things today, so I'll be back in touch tomorrow. Take care.